But I want you to just know this, and I think you all know this by now, that the Governor Whitmer is by far the most supportive governor of education, at least I've seen in my lifetime. And so we're just really grateful that you've come to the very best school district in the free world to come see what we do here to support children.
I was raised by a family that revered public education. My mom was a teacher. My grandmother taught in Waterford. My grandfather was a superintendent of Pontiac schools for a long time. And I am really in awe of anyone who goes into this profession. We need to encourage people to stay in the profession and others to choose a path into this profession. And morale and support and compensation are all important pieces of that. Last year I led with a budget that really prioritized education. It would have been the biggest investment in our kids and a generation of Michigan kids. And the superintendent was sharing with me that it does seem as though the occurrence of kids coming with stressors into school is just continues to seem to grow. I'm asked kind of what outside factors that's attributable to and how we can be more helpful in increasing the number of social workers in schools, but also nurses, all the wraparound services that were there when I was a kid. One of our challenges right now is to try to ensure that more high school seniors are filling out the application. Did you fill out the application?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And was it horribly difficult?
No, it was very easy.
It was pretty easy.
On the first day it was open, yeah.
Good. 40% of your class has filled out their application to date. We're hoping to get that much closer to 100%, but I will say that you're far ahead of what the state averages at the moment. We're leaving about $100 million of aid for students on the table every year because we're not all getting the FAFSA filled out.
Growing up in the Detroit metro area and going down to Detroit a lot, Wayne State really spoke to me because I knew that once I graduated, there'd be a lot of opportunities in the city of Detroit for me to pursue my career and then give back as well.
I love that. I don't think your generation gets enough credit for wanting to do good and be a part of a community. I think that's awesome. Half the battle of figuring out what you're going to do, and your careers are going to change many times over your lifetimes. You'll change careers, or the career itself will be evolving. But half the battle is figuring out what it is that you don't want to do. Expertise is important. So your schooling is very important. But the most important thing they look for is attitude, and then aptitude, so your ability or your interest to learn, and then expertise. And so I don't say that for you to think that your schooling doesn't matter. It does. But the attitude and aptitude are critical too, because in a world that's changing so fast, if you're a good person to be around and you're interested in learning, those are two components that are really important. And I think you've got that in abundance, but I just want to share that because it kind of helped change my thought about things that are really, we want to make sure that you've got opportunities on those fronts as well. So thanks for making time to spend with me. You're an incredibly impressive group.